Good evening, ma.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening,
Odi,
everybody.
Odi, I don't
You're
see your
welcome.
JavaScript again. Please, how was the assignment grading? Me, I'm seeing 65 and 75.
It will shock you.
Me, I no see anything o.
It dey shock me, and me, I did not share my database because I thought she needed just the code. And me, I don't understand. Tutor should come to class first.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma. Welcome.
So we're going to start in the class very early today because I want to round up like as early as possible. We might not be able to stay for 2 hours today. I'm exhausted and I had a very long day. But let's see what happens today. How are you doing?
You're
How was
welcome,
our
ma.
Ma,
Stressful.
thank you. So it came to my notice that Dive Africa shared my video for last week because for some reason it skipped my mind to tell the administrators not to share my video, but they did already. They notified me, but I'm like, okay, they shouldn't drop it. They shouldn't drop it. So it's currently available for those people that want to go and rewatch last week class. Last week class is going to be available. But today, no, I already sent a message to Mr. Demi that today's class will not be available to watch. Yes, okay. Because he said he already posted last week class, and that was a mistake on my part. I didn't go back to reach out to him. But this one we already completed this before the class started. So yeah. I'm not expecting to see a live recording of this class online anytime. But it's fine. How are you doing? Good evening once again. Normally we'll start this class by 6:10, 6:15, but I want to everybody just meet up along the line. Okay. Now I said I'm going to treat assignments first. I was already when I came in, I started hearing so many comments flying around regarding the assignments. So show of hands. Anybody that wants to talk first? Show of hands, show of hands, show of hands. Yes, there's a possibility that you saw something else before and you later saw something else. I had to because maybe I've graded this. This is the way it happened. I graded you. I now reconsidered. I looked at it like my brain flashed back to your code. I'm like, nah, something is wrong here. I now went back. I regraded it. So the last grade you see, that's your actual grade. The first one is mistake. Apologies for that. And sometimes some people's own had already returned. I already returned their score back to them before I regraded it. I think Munachi is a victim of that. I already returned. I think I returned. Last time I returned 75 to himself, but I looked at it. I'm like, nah, I'm not giving this.
Ma, you graded me 3 times. Like you changed my score 3 times.
Yes, I actually changed. I know it was you. I changed your score. You're doing best. I changed your score 3 times. I have to think about it very well. Like, why should I give you this much?
It was just because of the database. I was not able to share my database.
So it wasn't just because of your database. What else was wrong with your code? What did I give you finally, Seth? Let's start with that. I think I gave you 50 finally. Mr. Munachi, don't worry. You have the floor. Me and you started talking already. So unmute yourself.
You gave me 75, then change it back to 50, then went to 65. I don't know whether you were doing average with my score.
I think 50 is the last thing I graded. Maybe it didn't update on time, but 50 is supposed to be last thing
No,
you see.
55,
So
55 is the last.
no, if it's 65, you're still not seeing your correct score.
Ah, God.
I said it. I have 50 here.
Now.
It's 50. It's 50 you have. It's not 65.
My this punishment not too much.
It's not so funny how it's not even punishment. It is not punishment on the most serious note. I don't have any reason to punish. Why will I punish you? Ask the people that I graded. Ask people that I graded with comments. The ones that I'm impressed with, I wrote it. The one that I know that I used ChatGPT, I wrote it. I wrote everything. I was not being on the most serious note. I was not being unfair to anybody. But yeah, Munachi. So I'm currently on your assignment, and I'm trying to figure out why I reduced your score again.
I see there's no errors.
I would say there's no error, but now your higher dates for teachers, it was a very wonderful concept. I like the fact that it's higher dates. But now you didn't put a default if higher dates, you just put higher dates there. Yes, your dates is correct. There's no constraint on your dates, meaning that there's possibility that the date that the teacher was hired is not included. You did not put a default. Default was not compulsory though, but I think it would have made it have looked better if you had put default. I noticed something. This is to everybody. All of you added description in subjects, meaning that there was a collaboration in this assignment. It's very, very obvious. A lot of you, in fact, 85% of you added description in description as a column name under subjects or courses. And in Munachi's case now, it's courses he has no subjects. There's no how you people would tell me that all of you thought of the same thing. That's a lie. How will the 16 of you, let's say 10 of you wrote the same thing? How will 10 of you think of the same thing? That's a lie, a very fat lie. So I saw the collaboration. You people, well done. No, I saw it. You people, well done, well done. I saw the collaboration. Because why was I seeing higher dates in everybody's work? I was seeing description in subject for everybody. And I think a few people too that did other in gender. If I'm seeing it, I'm seeing ChatGPT. You people's work was a lot of people's work was screaming. It was not even saying, it was screaming ChatGPT. ChatGPT was like, look at me, here I am. That's what your work was doing. But it's fine. So now this is my take on using. I think I wrote it to someone. I think yes, it was Mr. Agu's work, I said I could see ChatGPT, I could see AI working this. I'm not against using AI for your code. So the thing about AI is not supposed to place learning process. AI is supposed to enhance, if that's the word. It's saying that ChatGPT is a database administrator. ChatGPT is your database engineer. That's not a problem. So now, this is my opinion on using ChatGPT or any AI tool, whatever. There's not only ChatGPT, there is AI tool that you have available. It is supposed to help enhance what you know. So at this level, yes, I know that a lot of people, because I saw people were saying, somebody said something last week that Nigerian lecturers will teach you A, they will ask you to go and find Y. I thought you people were to write trigonometry ratio. I was still a lot of things left and right. I say it's not supposed to be this hard. I did not send you work like this. Create simple database. All of you say no. I'm gonna show her that I know everything. I was seeing Cascade. I say share about data engineers. People I don't know. But it's fine, it's good. I'm not if people do not do anything wrong, because I know that all of you, in fact, let me not say all of you, 85% of you that use Cascade, people don't know what Cascade does. The people that did Sentinel, the people that did I know the ones that did default, I know what default does. The people that did Cascade, that used Cascade command, the people that used, what else did I say? I'm still doing a generic review before we start taking individual questions. The people that used what else did I see? I know I saw Cascade. I think I saw delete table. A lot of people that did that, those, you see, a lot of constraints people used. I am very, very sure if I ask, in fact, there's this assignment. I wanted to come and ask everybody. No, I wanted to pick some specific assignments to ask the person to teach me. Come and explain what you've done. But I didn't want it to look like it's targeted. That's why I don't want this person to feel bad, especially if that person does not know what they have done. One person, there's even one person, I'm looking at person's name currently in my system, and I look at person's query, I'm like, brother, you didn't write this by yourself. So now I'm not even against, like I said, I was trying to say, I'm not against you using AI tools. No, I also use AI tools. I still use AI tools because sometimes all these commands, you won't even remember. So funny how some of your slides, when I try to prepare them, I have the knowledge in my head, but now I'm looking for how to structure it, how best to communicate it. Sometimes I need AI tools to like guide what I know, but I am able to fine-tune what AI sent to me because I know this is what it's supposed to be. You know, AI is not 100% correct. It is a prompt and response tool. So if you don't know, when AI is telling you rubbish, you will not know that it's nonsense. You know how many times ChatGPT are written nonsense code for me? I have to be telling you this is not what I mean. This is not what I told you. This is not what I explained. But if I do not have like a very basic knowledge of what I want you to do, the thing is, all of us will just be looking at ourselves. AI writes rubbish. Me, the person that is using AI too, I will allow AI to give me nonsense. And now there's conflict. So yeah, like I'm saying, I'm not saying don't use AI. I'm not saying using AI is bad, but let AI just be an enhancer. Let it be just like that reminder. I see, even me myself, I can't, there are too many times that I want to write some commands and I cannot remember. I know what I want to do. And I'm like, no, it's not this, it's not, because especially when it comes to Python, there are so many commands that look alike, but they don't do the same thing. They do almost the same thing, but not necessarily the same thing. So the times where I mix it up so yeah. So these are places where ChatGPT comes in to like tell me, oh, okay, no, this is what you wanted to do. Because it's the frequency at which you use commands in SQL, their functions in Python, that you remember them. That's the funny thing. It's the frequency at which you use them. You are not supposed to cram. It's the frequency at which you use them. There are some commands in Python that I've never used because I don't use everything. So if you ask me about it now, I have to literally go and sit down and make research on them. Do you understand? Because I do not use them. Do you get? So please give me 1 minute. I have a delivery to pick up. Sorry.
There have been a court for all of us that use what we don't know.
But I feel like I'm not referring to tutor, but I feel like AI is like an enhancer, as she said. Because when we start writing deeper inline codes, Everly, AI has to come in place because bro, it won't be easy.
My brother, you know. Okay, look at it. Frankly speaking, this is the very first time I'm using SQL. I don't know about others, but I'm using some general inside this place. We don't do inside the system. I looked at that thing and said, how am I going to write this thing? Eh? How am I going to write it? You can imagine if the foundation is shaking, what can the writers do? And go down. You understand? We needed to go and use some AI tool to, to streamline the whole thing. But the truth is that what do they call that? The word structure, the one that we were doing before, I was able to do that, just, fine tune everything and rather the code.
You just dey laugh. You say you know say Everly. You know guys want to do this tech work without AI. But the basic thing there is know what you are doing. Because sometimes ChatGPT go write code wey no even exist. Im go complicate the code for you. You say you go come dey confused. So the bottom line is there is just know what you are doing. Then you can now like use ChatGPT as a support.
Yes, so
Simple,
thank
as a
you very much
support.
for that, Munachi.
As a support.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, ChatGPT is supposed to be your support. That's the point. I know, I know that a lot of times you're tempted, even me myself, I'm tempted to want to use ChatGPT. Like, so one thing I've noticed about ChatGPT, especially when it comes to you that code, ChatGPT makes you a very lazy researcher. ChatGPT makes you, so I know, let's not just narrow it down to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just one tool amongst, there's Claude, there's DeepSeek, so, but ChatGPT is the common thing everybody knows. So when I'm saying ChatGPT, it is AI tools. It makes you a lazy researcher because as a data person, especially data scientist, data analyst, whatever profession you are like in data, you have to know how to make research because every day there are new tools, there are modifications to tools that are different from or an upgrade of what you're used to. So if you just go on ChatGPT and you just, oh, I want to do the da 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 da, dump it. ChatGPT just say, oh, da 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 da, and a lot of times, people that get commands or queries from ChatGPT, they do not go through it. You just do copy and paste. So if people actually sit there and go through it, I'll not even mind because now you go through it. Sometimes when I have or use Stack Overflow. Sometimes I find Stack Overflow very overwhelming because you have to start going through. I find using ChatGPT faster. Stack Overflow, you have to keep reading. Sometimes you read errors. Somebody has tried this but made mistake. Nah, I don't want to be going back and forth and checking for your mistake and all. So ChatGPT just gives me a direct thing. But yeah, Stack Overflow helps with the learning process because in Stack Overflow you see even mistakes that you have not made, that people have made using the tools that you are using. So maybe when you want to make that mistake. So what is Stack Overflow? Stack Overflow is like, it's a website. You can Google Stack Overflow, but that is where different developers, tech professionals come together, and it's like a forum. That's a very simple English. It's a forum, like a group chat, but it's not a group chat, but like that's an idea of what it is. It's a forum where everybody comes together and say, oh, okay, I want to create a database, and I ran into, let's say, syntax error. I don't even know what syntax error. Just copy your error, paste it on Stack Overflow. Somebody will attend to it. Oh, I ran into this error. When I ran into this error, this was what I did. Or you can just search for syntax error on Stack Overflow, and it gives you all the comments, all the contributions that people have made on that syntax error. Then you start fine-tuning and checking for which one is similar to what you or what error you have. So you see that it's, for me, I feel it's a long process. I'm a little bit of a lazy person, so now I don't think I want to go through the stress of that. But it is wonderful for learning. I use it though. Don't let me discourage. I use it, but yes, I use it. So like I was saying, if you're using AI tools, make sure that even when it's right out the code for you, you go through it and you would see the errors. So the funny thing is that you can't even know when ChatGPT is making an error when you don't know the basics. So you have to be like, let your basics be solid. At this point, a lot of commando people were doing the assignment. I did not send you. I wasn't even expecting like that. So when I even see a lot of commandos in your assignments, I am tempted to score you less. On a more serious note, I'm tempted to score you less because I know that this is not you. This is not your knowledge base. You don't know these things. When I see something that you know and you use ChatGPT to fine-tune it, I know that yes, you have to aid your ChatGPT. When I see something that it is beyond your knowledge base, because you cannot tell me that every other thing that you added to that assignment, you sat down to research those, and I don't believe it. Because I've been in your shoes, I'm still in your shoes, I'm a student like yourself. It's a lie. It's not possible. You do not sit down to research it. So a lot of people, I had to, sometimes I would have gone, maybe the packaging will look nice. I'm not all about your packaging. I want to see the rough work. When I say rough work, I don't mean somebody did something very messy. I thought the person, this your database creation is messy. I think that's the only person I commented that on, and I scored that person. Yeah. So let me still see that. I want to see effort. When I checked through, I saw people that made effort. I saw people that made effort plus AI. I saw people that did totally AI, that did not make effort at all. And I noticed that some people just copied the command. They did not create the database. Okay. Because that is why I do not have a lot of you, everybody that did not have create database and you had a mark. The reason why you did was because I didn't want to score you 0. Because that's the foundation of your code line. So if you had if you do not have create, in fact, a lot of you do not have create database in your command line, I should have scored you 0, because how are you creating tables when you don't have a database? But I was like, okay, this is your first assignment. Let's be lenient. Let's not. So that's why I just seen it had in your comment. Where is your command line and your create database command line? That's what I'll just like. But ideally, I'm supposed to dash you 0. That assignment has ended, because why are you creating tables when you don't have a database? Do you understand? So anybody that you know that your SQL query did not have create database command line and you add mark, just know that it's from the grade, is from the what's the English? The kindness of my heart that I said, okay, let me see what you did in the tables.
I have a question.
If not, I shall wipe you 0. Okay, Mr. Minachi, raising up for answers. So yeah, let's attend to Minachi.
You are talking about the command line, the database.
I said create database. It's command line. When I say command line, that's your query. That line, create database, golden learner. That is a line. That is what I wanted to. That's like your very first query. And a lot of you don't have it.
It's okay. So we are supposed to write it in that Word document that we submitted.
You're supposed to have it in your SQL file. That's why I said share your SQL file. It's supposed to be in your SQL file. That's the very first query you're supposed to run. I did not ask you to write them and not run it. I wanted you to create a database. So you're supposed to create it. So if you don't have a create database line, how on earth do you create tables? So that means a lot of you, and one thing I noticed that a lot of people did not actually run this query that they wrote out. Just went to do copy and paste. That's what you did. And this is first time, so there's grace period. I'm not supposed to do that, but yeah, let's just do grace period. And Minachi, your hands are raised.
Sorry, madam, I'm disturbing, because in this thing now, I thought when after you create your database, your first line of code should be create table. Then you insert words inside. You write words inside the table.
You did not get my point. What did you don't get? My question, my thing. This is it. Your assignment is create a database. It's the basics of your assignment. That's the foundation. How did you create your database? Did you go and do? You can do create. I think you can do create directly from PGAdmin, but I wasn't expecting you to do that. I was expecting you to write a query line that says, "Where's your chat?" I was expecting. This was the first thing I was expecting. Database. coding. It could have been anything. Doesn't necessarily have to be coding. And this was the very first. This was the very first thing I was expecting to see before you start seeing create table and so on and so forth. Because how on earth do you have a table when you do not have a database? Are you getting? Yes, I didn't explicitly say it, but ideally that is what you should have. Not your hand. I can hear you.
Okay, now I understand. Because me, I just created the database. Then inside the database, I just started with create students, create this, create that, create that. That's how
Because
I did my own.
the truth is when you ideally you're supposed to you run this first before you start running creates. Because when I tried to like write all my queries together and I was having my PG admin was showing
Actually,
transaction error for me.
I run the
So
code, it was running, but I now tried it in my SQL, it was not running. So I was trying to fix the bug, but I just
you
left
try
it.
this thing in my SQL. My SQL and Postgres do not necessarily use the same syntax. There are a little bit of differences in their syntax. That is why I did not ask you to download my SQL.
No, I
If I
already had, I
was
was doing
using
my
my
SQL before.
SQL,
I already had my SQL before.
the syntax for my SQL is similar, but there are very minute differences. And if you don't know the differences, you will keep getting error because even if you query ChatGPT and tell it to write how this code and give it a scenario and tell it to write it using my SQL and write it using Postgres, it will separate it for you. They have syntax, a little bit of difference in their syntax. There are different database administrators. Yes, they are similar. Create is the same. Maybe create updates. All these they are very basic commands that are the same. But there are some things that are different. And if you don't know the difference, you'll be fighting battles. So Mukachi, you just decided to stress yourself. You gave yourself work that nobody gave you. Because you shouldn't have been using my SQL to troubleshoot your errors.
Because no, before I used to use my SQL, so that was what I thought like it was like going to. So I was just trying out.
Somebody asked me in the onboarding section, and I think even in the first class, why are we using Postgres? And I said that most times when you're working with organizations, they use Postgres. I've not seen any organization use my SQL. Maybe let me not say there's no never, but like at my own current level, not come across any organization using my SQL. You see most organizations use Postgres or maybe MongoDB and all. So that's why I was like, why teach you using a tool that you most likely not use? Why not just teach you with a tool that there's a very great chance that is what you will use? That's why we are using Postgres. Do you understand? I think I made that clear. Is that not correct? People that are in the body section are first 2 classes. People had asked that question, and I made that clear as to why that is what we are using. Exactly. So I'm seeing some forms of that. You can see that it's not like I just started using it without informing you like that is what we are using. So it's you that want to stress yourself. I did not send you my SQL. Mr. Okereke Dennis.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good evening.
Okay, so according to like the explanation now, so say we open PG admin, we have like that menu bar where we have file, tools, what have you. So what you expected us to do was to go to that tools place and then choose query tool and then write create database before the other of the codes, right?
Yes, that's what I expected.
Okay, not to, because like me now, I just created the database manually, then started typing in.
Yes, I understand that. I know that that's a possibility. But actually, if I look at it from that angle, I'm not supposed to sanction you for that because I told you that this is not something that I should be teaching your class. It's a data engineering. It's more of creation of data. It's more of data engineering work. But whatever is what doing is what doing well. If you have learned it, why not just do it correctly? If you're expected to create a database as a data person, nobody's expecting you to go and be doing this manually as somebody that does not know how to write code. Do you understand?
Of course.
But
Thank
yes,
you.
you are not wrong. You are not wrong in doing that. It's just more professional to do, like write your command. And so if this were to be an assessment test for a job interview, if I were to be your assessor, you will not get that job because you do not follow the instruction. Because the instruction said create. So you're supposed to show me how you do it. Don't jump. There's so the thing about writing programming languages that you don't jump steps. It has to be from A to B. You can't move from B to Z. So if you don't show me, I'm expecting you to show me. It's just for you to be in the safer side. So now, because a lot of you did not share your ERD, which would have been the validation that you actually ran that code. Now, it could just be that you just wrote, just copied from ChatGPT, dump it on Postgres and shared it as a file without running it. You know that is a very big possibility. So now, if you had shared your ERD, I'm like, okay, I'm very sure that there's no way you would have gotten ERD without running the code. So if you don't do that, if anything could have happened. So this is me thinking, okay, this person did not create database. What did you do? Did you just write tables, create tables, and you did not run? So it begs, it raises a lot of questions. So I'm saying this, if this were to be an assessment test, we said we're going to train you for the outside world. So let's start putting these things into practice. If this were to be an assessment test, you are giving room for so many questions. I can list like 3 things I would have used to shoot you in the leg. Without that one, because of that one line of code you did not write. I can tell you that you did not create. I can tell you that even if you had written the whole thing with your head, I'll tell you that that's a lie. You used AI to write it. I'll tell you that you did not run the code. I'll tell you did not create the database. I will fault you. And tell me that if I was to be an assessor, I will fault you for many things. So yeah, who wants to talk? Mr. Ago, good evening.
Good evening, all. All right. For my case, I when I copy the code into the Postgres editor, I tried running. I had encountered an issue that it was calling transaction error. Frankly speaking, I got lost. I did not know how to even go about transaction error. I tried to use Google to find out how to, work around the transaction error. I tried and tried. Who is laughing? I couldn't divine. I tried my best. Okay, the first time I deleted the code and re-imputed another code again. It not told when I ran it, it started giving me a notification that a table had already been existing. So I just felt that as though maybe because it had a table existing before, it's not accepting this new table again. I just got lost, totally lost. Because personally speaking, this is me speaking. I have not used SQL before. This is my first time coming into Postgres. That assignment was the first time I actually imputed anything on Postgres or whatever SQL and anything. So I got a little confused. So I said, I'm waiting for this class because I have to ask, how do you work with the transaction error, and how do you handle such an issue where you get into it, you load in another code again, and it's telling you the table, for instance, the table students already exist in the database. Which database? Where is it coming from? I had a lot of questions. So that's why I said let me just ask these questions. Thank you.
So I want to assume that you wrote create database and create tables in the same script. I had an error too. So I had to run create database separately, and I had to run create tables separately. But when I was to submit, I was saying that when I started learning how to do create, when I was to submit the assignment, then yes, when I had to submit my assignment, then I had to still write create database at the top before I submit. So transaction error is like a rollback. It's a rollback error. Sometimes you get it when it's maybe erase an exception for a line of your code. So if you had run your code to a particular, especially when it's doing creating tables, and maybe you had created like 1, 2, 3 tables, and maybe there's a fourth table that triggered that error. When you try running that code again, there's a possibility that you would get error for duplicate creation, because those first 3 that had run before have been created. So these are things that can happen with transaction errors. So, and when you come across errors like that and you don't understand what to do, just your error has tag, it's transaction error. That's an error type. Just go on Google and do transaction error in Postgres and read up on it. Then you have you don't just post it on ChatGPT, post it on Google and do transaction error in Postgres. You have an insight to possibilities that can raise up such errors, things you should do when you have some errors, and it helps you to handle it better in case of future occurrences. Was that able to help you?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Mr. Dennis.
Okay, yeah. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So Postgres, this is actually the first time that I'm using it personally. So when I was doing research, like I was seeing a lot of scary things, because there was this one that was shouting that he opened database and like to go back became a problem. So that fear first. So now that I managed to create like database manually, like can somebody even delete from Postgres? Because the way that thing looks complex, I don't really. If you want to create another thing now, will you just decide to just go and open tool and paste code there, or you have to like delete the old database that you had there? Because once you open a database, it will start opening tables and all those things, a list of things. So the thing is, there's just how that app is.
I understand. Even though sometimes I still have sometimes I have issues navigating the interface. It's not complex if you have an understanding of what is going on. So you can create multiple databases, multiple servers. I'm trying to launch my Postgres so I can show you what I'm saying. You can create multiple databases, multiple servers, multiple databases in different servers on your Postgres. So that's why a lot of times you see a lot of companies use Postgres and not MySQL. There's this Postgres allows for complexity. So that complexity is why it is widely. Actually, I feel it also has a better interface. Yes, actually has a better interface compared to MySQL. MySQL, before you start opening bench, before you start, that's interesting. I never liked it to begin with. So this is professional. Now let me show you something. Okay, 1 second, please. Okay. Can you see my screen? Yes, you can, because I can see my screen from here. Okay, so now these are different servers. It's a different user. I created this user for Dive Africa because I wanted to like
Yes, please.
what's my password?
Collection.
Did I remember my okay.
What's going on with my collection?
So I wanted to create like a demo database that I was supposed to come and use and run. Okay, I used to create. Oh, I use this for your select SQL command.
So what exactly is the problem?
So I had to create like a demo database for you guys. So here under Dive Africa, I created the user for Dive Africa. Under Dive Africa, this is the server here, a registered server. I have different databases here. So I created Dive Tech, I created maybe Math. So this here right now, these drop downs here, like when you close the database, you have drop downs. These drop downs are different databases that exist under Dive Africa. And you close that. Now, for me, this is work. These are things I use in work. Don't worry, it's not because I have to launch something to give assistance, and I'm not planning to do that. So all this, I use this specifically because I have to separate it so I don't mix work to. So here now, this is my own declared children class. I have different databases that I created. Some of them are similar to what you have in Drive Africa, but yeah, because they're my work, so why not just replicate them for you guys? So yeah, so this is things. These are servers. So it's just understanding how these things operate, and they become less complex for you. So it takes time. Just don't try to understand everything in one day. I did not get here in one day. Give yourself grace. Give yourself time. Like you said, this is the first time you are handling this. So just give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up and keep learning. You keep learning. The time will figure everything out. Okay? That is good to know. Yes. Each of them, the ones I created personally that cannot work, they were created with command line. But the ones that were created from work, just have to like get access. Then I register it. So the ones that I'm not the one that created them and I have access to them, they are registered, not created by me. So they're registered by me. I just have to have the login details and they've got to make different access and so on and so forth. So yeah. But the ones I created myself, I created some manually. I created some with command line. It was a mixture of both. Show of hands for people that you have issues with going through your assignments, you have issues with your assignments, show of hands. There's a time so that people move on. Creative girl. Hello.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hey, Mom. Good evening, everyone. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I don't think I have any issue with the assignment because I've been trying to install the software, the applications, and I've done that. But anytime I try opening it, it should like still take me back to the first thing when I was trying to install it. So each time I click on it, it reinstalls. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like,
yes, I understand. Divine. Divine, are you on this call?
Divine is on route.
yeah,
Okay, it's on route. So, creative girl, kindly go to your Slack channel. Reach out
I
to
reached
Divine.
out to him.
Divine has helped some people. Because so what's the issue? We're not able to resolve it.
Yes.
Mr. Agri, Divine, and Dennis.
All right.
People should help
We'll help
this
you
out.
out. Help you out.
So
All
you
right,
see the three
all
things
right.
I mentioned: Dennis, Agru, and Divine. Hold their necks and give me reports when they are done. They'll help you figure it out. Because they've helped others and I know that they are capable. So they can do it. That's how I'm not attend to it. So yeah, they'll help you. Don't worry, you're in safe hands. They are trusted hands. Okay?
Thank
All right. Mirabel. Hi, good evening.
Hi, Miss Oriemi. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's kind of the same issue she just spoke about. I've been trying to install the Postgres SQL since last week, since the time they posted it on the Slack channel. I was able to install the Anaconda and the DS code, but the other one is just not working. I tried searching online to know if there is a way to bypass it, and they suggested something like if you have an antivirus, you should turn it off. I did it. At some point, it seemed like it's opened, but when I try doing it again, it keeps giving me an error. So I had to uninstall and install consecutively
When you say
until
it
today.
keeps giving you an error, what's your error message?
Okay, it's just like, okay, the first installation, the installation package first. When I do the installation, I think it says something like there was an installation error when the green bar is almost at the end. Then when I click on OK, it will kind of complete, then send me to finish. But the finish page I'm seeing is not the same I saw on the screenshot they shared on the Slack channel. Because it's supposed to give like a box where the name of the thing you installed shows up, but it doesn't bring it up for me. Then when I click on finish
Most
and then
times,
try to load, I can hear you.
so most times what happens is when you try to install Postgres, you see some at every stage, Postgres is like a little bit complex to install. I was supposed to make a video for you people, but I have Postgres already on my Windows laptop, and for some reason I was unable to like reinstall. I didn't want to start going through the process of reinstalling so that I don't mess up things I already registered on my own site. That's why I didn't make a video. So every time we try to install on Postgres, there are boxes that sometimes you have to check. If you don't check those boxes correctly, it is going to give you an error when you're going to do your final installation. That's one. So in cases where you've installed them already, you download the installation package and it's like an administration tool. So in cases when you've downloaded that and maybe you've done a proper installation before, and a lot of times like is going on in the chat box when people want to search for Postgres tool, you start looking for Postgres on your system.
No, I look for PG admin.
Okay. And when you look for
PG admin. Yes, that's the part. I made a screenshot. I'm still going to share it with Divine because I chatted him up about it.
Okay. So now I want to say, okay, but you said you started trying this since they started. Mr. Dennis, Mr. Hago, Mr. Divine, what is going on? Because I told you people that I was not going to undo this, and I trusted you people to help me out. So why are our women? It's fact that it's the ladies that are having these issues. Are you people not men supporting women? What's going on? All the men they seem like they are sorted, but my ladies are having issues. What's the problem? Somebody should speak out of these three people that I mentioned. One person should talk.
No, we are for everyone.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Who is representing the three musketeers? One person should represent people and tell me why my ladies are having issues.
Okay, Ma, can I speak?
Okay, Divine.
Please speak, oh. If we should speak, I'm listening.
I feel like, see, after downloading Progress, just the last extension, like, don't click on it. Just cancel everything. After like it has downloaded the fake sector, because it will download to not tell you to put like a pin or a password that you'll be using. After everything, don't go and be ticking those boxes again. Just cancel it. Then go to your search button. Search for PG admin. Then you will see it.
Now, even me that you are explaining to, even not because I know it before, I'm supposed to be. I'm confused and I am ready. So please. Kindly help me.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes, Mr.
Okay, let her like drop a message on the platform. There is this video I found when like I was researching on that thing, and it's a very useful video. So I think I'll just send the link on Slack. I don't know if it works that way.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So now I have some names here that are encountering the same problem. There's Creative Sigil. Creative Sigil, please. When you're joining official course, try to join it with your name, not alias, so we know who we are talking to. Creative Sigil is not your name. You understand? In case you're having like professional meetings to attend to. I'm just preparing for the professional world. Let's be your name. Even me, that is my name that you're saying. So I don't even know what to call you. What's your name, please? I like to just prepare your name. The creative girl, what's your name? think she's not here. Okay, so yeah, so the creative girl has issues with installation. Who else? Okay, Ayomide has issues with installation. Oluwafemi Ayomide has issues with installation, and she had reached out to me regarding this, and I asked her to reach out to Divine. Divine, why is Oluwafemi still having issues with installation?
Can you hear me? I'm trying to speak. Can
Ah,
anyone
yes.
hear me?
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I can hear you.
Apologies. First of all, I'm still on transit. So concerning creative, yeah, she reached out, and there's one problem I have with this. One, should I say? I mean, I'll try to sort it out, and then for Mirabel, I told her to like message me 9:30 and get home by that time, so I could like sort it out. Any other person could also reach out. Yeah, I think so. Another thing is when installing a Postgres. So what I did was I shared the link to install the full package. When you need the server and so what people
Mr. Divine, you're breaking.
anybody that has issue.
Divine, I can't hear you. I know you're on transit. Maybe when you get to your location, kindly notify me that you can explain this to others because I can't hear you, and I'm not sure if that person can hear you. Okay. So, okay. Hi, Habibat. Creative girl. I don't know that that's the person I'm calling Habibat because I'm saying, yes, I'm Habibat. Okay. Ibrahim, your hand is raised.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
evening.
Good evening. Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I just have a few questions because I've not worked with Postgres before, so I was literally having like issues with the like you said, I work with the ChatGPT stuff to sort my assignment because I have no idea of anything. Just so I hope you will
So if we sit
explain.
down, I will catch you. There's no use
Yeah,
to do my assignment that I
yeah.
did not
There's
catch. I
nothing
will
to lie
catch
about
you.
there now. You know,
I will catch
because
you when I did.
because I have no
But
idea
funny how,
about
you know
anything.
that
So
funny how I wasn't even expecting you to get everything correctly. If you use ChatGPT to answer questions, I don't even know where to help you.
yeah, but
I'm
you
not
know
trying.
the MS Word one, I actually did that myself, right? So, but it's
So
only
see, the
the
moment so the first thing I'm opening is not your MS Word. I'm opening your query first. The moment I see nonsense your query, I don't even bother reading your MS Word. That's the truth. That's where I graded all of you. The moment I come to your query and I'm seeing a lot of jagbajantis, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm not even reading the rest. I'm grading you based on what I saw in your query. So yeah. So when I'm done with your query and I said, okay, I like what this person has done, then I go to your MS Word and combine. So that's what I'm.
I thought the MS Word is going to be the first before the.
No, your query is what are you learning? Your MSQL command now. Your query is what I want to see first.
Oh,
You're not using MS Word to do MS Word is just to help you. Like what you have in MS Word is a framework. It helps you to put your thought process together. Somebody did something. I don't know who that person is. The person wanted to create tables. I think I pointed that out. And I scored that person low because of that. I created the table. I wanted to, let's assume the person created student ID or class ID or something. And that table the person created was like the second table. I wanted to reference, okay, let's say you created student table as table number 2. I wanted to reference class ID. And I'm saying reference will be done later. I'm like, what's this? Why you know you are going to need class ID? Why are you telling me to go back and do reference? Because yes, I saw the altar and everything else. I don't know if that person's on this spot because I can't remember who, and I don't want to start going through your assignment again. I saw the altar. Yeah, it's good that you know how to use. In fact, the funny thing that I'm not sure that I even know how to use the altar is ChatGPT handbook because I could smell ChatGPT in everything that person wrote. But I'm like, I asked you to just create something basic. Why are you know that you still want to use class ID? And that thing, that was one of the reasons why I made sure I stayed long on that framework last week. But somebody was like, oh, they're getting confused and so on and so forth. Now, people building and having to create, now you're seeing people trashing it now. Some people are not doing well because now your thought process is not properly aligned. That's why you have to start altering. In cases where you have very large database and you're doing too much of altering, You can scatter things. Why not structure things in a framework and have like an head knowledge of this is what you want to happen? Then that way you can. You know that last week when we were creating, there were some tables that I wrote first, and I had to like go up and like push them down, then create some above them. Because like in the process of thinking about it, oh, I know that this should come before this, that should come before that. But when you're starting running the query, that's why I kept emphasizing on framework last week. When you have run the query, now you are creating. See, this framework is very important in creation. When you are doing select and everything, not necessarily you can do whatever you want to do because you can clear. But when you're creating, now you have to keep altering your database because you did not properly think about the flow you wanted to use in creating it. So when this particular person, I think this person on this code, your assignment, you went down and you wrote a lot of alters. I'm like, nah, that didn't impress me. Because it shows that above you didn't know what you were doing for you to have that much alter. So why are you having to reference a column that you had not rated the table? You had that a lot, and I was not impressed. In fact, it made me understand that you didn't know what you were doing. I wasn't supposed to score you lower than that, but I'm like, you know, I say I'm a wicked person. If not, and I'm giving you 10 or 15. I think I give that
Bro,
person 45.
you actually give me 5 though.
Is
You
it
score
5?
me
No, it's
5.
not possible.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
when did I
score me
score this
5.
from? Something is
Yeah.
wrong again. For me to have scored you 5 days, something is
I
wrong.
was the one you requested for my SQL because I was finding it difficult to
No, so
submit.
you are not
So
the one that I'm attending to. The person I'm talking about that did this whole file is not you because you don't have SQL file, then it is not you. I scored you 5 because you submitted. Because why? What do you want me to grade when you don't have an SQL?
I
I
actually zipped everything together, right? I zipped the MS
No, I
Word.
didn't ask you to. So now I have to go through the stress of unzipping. No, now don't stress me. I don't have. So I can give you a chance to resubmit and I'll regrade it because you had submitted before and you zipped it. But when they ask you to submit 2 files in any assignment, submit them separately. The instruction was to submit 2 files. Some people submitted, as somebody submitted a query as PDF file. I did not score it. I told you submit. That's why I was specific about what your extension is. I said a .sql file and MS Word. Me that said .sql file, I know what I'm saying. Because different because I don't want to stress myself, I could have picked every of your query and run them myself and create them, but I have to like have duplicates databases that I've created. Now I don't want to do that to myself. It's going to mess up my own work here. If not, I can pick your file. So what your .sql file does for me is when you transfer a .sql file to anybody that is working with you, the person can just pick up that file and run it, and it does whatever it's doing on your end on that person's end. The person doesn't have to start typing and so on and so forth. That's why extensions are very important. When I say .sql, I want .sql. Do you understand?
Okay, man. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And yeah, I was trying to submit again immediately I saw your mail. So it's not letting me to submit.
I think they already closed it. I don't know
Yes.
if Mr. Deyemi will allow, but the problem is that if I open it, everybody will submit again. But yeah,
I was the
if
one that
you
even
don't
sent
open
your mail. If you don't, I was
yes,
the one
I
that
remember.
sent your mail that day.
I attended to you immediately now.
Yes. Because I was actually having issue in submitting. So that's why I have to like zip
You
those
wanted to
files.
submit it to my mail, and I told you that the funny thing, I wouldn't have remembered to grade you on my mail, and truth be told, that was not the proper channel. The instruction was if I wanted to create a document, a Google document, but since the school already has a classroom, and it was even easy. I told you guys I didn't know how to use classroom, and I was going to learn. But I found that it was very easy for me to navigate. It's very easy to use. The interface is simple, it's user friendly, and all these things. Yes, instructions are very important. When you are doing assessment and all, they grade you for instruction, following instruction. People that I marked that did not follow instruction, I'm just doing it for the goodness of my heart. If not, a 75 for all of you will get 0, and that's the truth.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Is there any other person I want to attend to? Is there any other person I want to attend to? Any other questions before I move on from assignment? This class is ending in exactly 45 minutes.
Hi, Fisayomi. Good evening. It's
The name is
Rose.
Oriyomi. The name is Oriyomi, but yeah, good evening, Rose.
Um, I don't even know. Wait, let me check. Okay, Oriyomi, sorry. I was looking at the wrong name. Okay. I wanted to ask because I was unable to download, so I joined in late. Sorry about that. I just got my phone now. Um, I tried to download several, even different versions, down to the lowest version. Nothing was working. So I decided to do mine online. For context, this is my first time, right? Um,
I Rose, I don't know if you
so
can
I
hear
even
me, but
tried
you're
to, because I
breaking,
googled
and I
how
want
do
you to
I.
take.
Did you say
Hello, Rose.
something?
Hello, Rose. Hello, Rose. Hello, Rose. Can you hear me?
I hope you can hear me. So I googled.
No, I cannot hear you. It is breaking, and I want you
My
to take
network
it
is bad.
again.
I
Is
think
your
my
network
network
better
is
now?
bad. I can't hear you. Okay, yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so can you take that again? You were breaking a lot. I couldn't pinpoint what you said.
Okay, I can't hear you.
Can you leave the meeting and join again? Maybe it will be better.
Okay.
Is there any other person I'm attending to while we're waiting for Rose? I think she left already. Okay, she joined again. Okay. Who else? Who else do I want to? Is supposed to. Any questions? Some people submitted MS Word without the SQL file. I gave some zero. Some people submitted. I saw somebody that, why are you turning in empty assignment? I saw somebody that turned in empty assignment. I'm like, where is your assignment? Person said, I don't understand. I saw somebody that did a totally different case study. I don't bother going through it. I did not score it. I think I scored the person. Did I even score the person? I scored the person 0-7. I don't even know. I shall know that if we're just giving me different things. So before I move on, is this safe for me to assume that creation, like creating database and creating table class, is a success, or we want to try out another assignment that we are not using AI to answer? Opinions.
Hello, ma.
Mom, I will, maybe you like take it again because it's not actually successful. Okay.
Voila. So people know that this is an 8-week course and we're in week 4.
Hello, ma.
Yes, sir.
Ma, I think what we did before was just a framework. We didn't do proper database creation.
Yes, no. It was a
So
framework, and I told you now. Did I not, you were not paying attention in my class. Did I not say so?
I was
I thought
I
it
was
was a
saying
framework that
that
you were supposed to translate to your code base. The only thing that I did not write for you was create database. There was nothing you did. Everything you did was what you have in your assignment. Everything I did was what you have in your assignment. I wrote what your code is supposed to look like, your serial, your not null, your constraints. I did everything in the framework. Did I know? I did know. So it don't make it sound like I gave you something that I did not expect earlier. That's how I will not accept.
sorry, ma.
Yes, Mr. Agbu.
Okay. Let's try this one. You have
When you start the conversation like that, you want to switch talk me into doing something that I don't want to do. No, let's not try it. But I want to listen to what you have to say. I'm listening
no.
to you.
Okay, do it this way. See, I understand that you have actually tried to teach us the framework. You did it successfully, very, very well. But me, I'm talking for myself. The time I opened Postgres was the very first time. I didn't know where to go to. I didn't know what the buttons were. I had to start figuring out for myself how to do this, how to do this, how to do that. I understand that we have our own responsibility to carry out. All I'm asking is show us an example of, no matter, even if it's 10 lines, 20 lines of code, how it is successfully done, so we can run it from there. Because, okay, I just rerun the code I sent to you, and it told me, I'm coming, let me open my Postgres. Okay, it said, query returns successfully in 1 second and something milliseconds. I don't even know what this means. Does it mean that it has worked?
Yes, I mean that you're at work and you get that query return successfully in maybe 1 or 5 milliseconds because you had already done it before. So that database that we created before, those tables that I tried to create, you've created them before. So it just scans through and says, oh, this thing already exists, and returns it in. It's not even up to 1 second, it is milliseconds.
Yeah, milliseconds. So what does it mean? Does it mean that it has created a database? I don't know.
Yes, now you had created it before now.
Okay. How do I not see it? Where do I go from here?
Oh
To
wow,
decide?
you don't even know how to view it now. Right?
That's the seed.
That's a lot.
That's it. I don't even know where to go from here.
Okay, let's do something. I don't want to draw us back. Should we just trash this particular part of the class? Let's not do creating database. It's not in your curriculum. It's just what they did not say. I was trying to add to your curriculum. So let's just trash it and move on to select queries and all and all and all and all. So that will not, because it looks like it's abracadabra. So should I just trash it?
No. You have put sugar in my mouth and you are telling me to spit it out. It's not possible.
Good, I'm very good to these people. What do you want me to do now?
Okay. Just show us.
Ma,
You
can I
understand?
Ma'am,
can I bring
please,
a
ma'am,
suggestion?
ma'am,
Exactly.
can you just explain like briefly?
Please,
You know,
one
we
after
have
the other, one after the other. Let's not talk over ourselves. One after the other, please. Mr. Munachi,
okay.
you are talking.
Yeah, ma, I think you should like do like a separate video altogether
No, I'm
from
not doing a
database.
video. No, I'm not doing a video.
Hello, ma'am, can you
I
hear
already,
me?
I already established that I'm not going to do a video on this one, on creating database zone. I started doing videos on select, and it's funny I should have gotten more videos on, but God help me, I have a lot of things to do. But yeah, I'm going to get more videos on select. I've done select, I've done from, I've done where. For those that have watched the LMS, I've already done like a full video on those three. So next you'll be seeing your sort by, order by, then your joins and everything. I'm doing video on all those ones. But you see this particular one, it's not in your curriculum now. So why should I do video? That's extra work for me. On a
Hello,
more
ma'am,
serious note,
can you hear me,
it's not
ma'am?
I'm not even trying to. I'm not. This is not me trying to be like wicked or unfair. Don't look at me like that. I'm not. It is not in your curriculum. Truth. It's not in your curriculum, because when I told I didn't get me about it, because he went to the videos like, oh, I didn't want them to post it that, but I didn't reach out. I said the reason why I didn't want them to post it that it is not in like the Dive Africa created data science curriculum. Do you understand? So this is me just adding something extra because I feel I have learned, I have experience, and I feel that okay, it is an added advantage. The curriculum is wonderful because I vetted it. In fact, I created it and I vetted it. It is wonderful enough for you to kickstart a journey in data science. So if you don't know this at this level, you're not missing out on it. So don't sound like you're missing out. You're not missing out on anything. Do you understand? So I'm trying to
Okay,
rush.
but
I'm
ma'am, can
trying
you hear me, ma'am? Can you hear me,
to.
ma'am?
Who is speaking? Mr. Ibrahim, yes, I can
Yes,
hear you.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So I want, to my own opinion, right, since you have already given us an assignment about it, so I believe each one of us would have like little idea about everything. So maybe you should just like use maybe few minutes of this class now to just explain briefly, how to create the database stuff and all of that. Since we have already started already now, so it will not just be okay. Everybody should just like leave it like that. Do you get what I'm saying now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
My hand has been raised though.
Hey, apologies. So, hi, Mirabel. I'm so sorry.
Hi, no problem. Okay, sorry that it seems like I'm trashing what every other person said, but I feel like since you said it's not part of our curriculum and you've introduced it to us, and you still say that the course, the program is going to last for like, I think you said 8 weeks, and we've already gone 4 weeks. I don't know the bulk of the work we still have ahead. So, but I suggest that since you've already given us an idea of what the database creation is all about, and it's also not something that is so key for us to step into the data science world, we can, on our own, try to learn that one by ourselves, if possible, so that we can finish the curriculum we have at hand in time.
So that's wonderful. So the thing is that I have a contrary opinion to what you have, and this is my opinion, and I'll tell you my perspective as to why. The truth is, when you're done with this class, a very good number of you will not go back to that part and learn it, and that's the reality of things. One, so I am saying that I'm not saying you don't need it, but I'm saying that it's not compulsory. But see, the kind of employers I have met are not the kind of employers you would meet. Expectations are different at different levels. So it is safe for you to know. Do you understand? It is safe. I'm not saying it is compulsory. It is safe. I don't know if you get, there's a difference between it is compulsory and it is safe. But yeah, if the poll says let's move on, I'm all for see me, I'm at your service. So I'm here to serve you. I'm
one more
here
thing.
to serve you. Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, a thought that crossed my mind was, apart from our curriculum and the assignment you'll be giving us based on our future classes with you, will it be possible for you to be giving us assignments still on the database so that we can be using it to practice?
And so now the reason why that will be difficult.
Well, I don't know if you have the time to be checking.
Exactly. That's
exactly.
So today now, I have to go through all your assignments this afternoon. Like sit down and go through everything one after the other. And the reason why it was easy for me is that it's not all of you that turned in your assignment. I think there's about 40. We have about 40 people registered, and if you have 40 people registered, and I have 40 assignments to vet, and I have to do 40 in 2 places. I'm currently vetting the one you have as like your current class. Let's say you're doing Python at the moment, and I have to go and vet an extra assignment I gave you now. I'm so sorry, I don't want to do that to myself. That's too much work.
So what do we do?
Okay. I'm tempted to promise you a 30 minutes 1 hour class, but now I'm trying not to do that to myself, because I'm looking at it so that let's do that. But okay, let's do something. So let's do today. We're creating an inserting. Let's see if we can achieve that in the next 45 minutes. So in the process of creating, I'll try to talk less. I'll try to explain less. But please, you have to pay like very, very serious attention. So that way I can cover a little bit of what you need, and we can move on from that. Yeah, so Python is stressed you. Python is plenty. SQL is just English. Python is stressed. All of you that are talking about Python in the comment section. Python is stressed. Let's be realistic with that. So hi Dennis, I can hear you.
Looking at the way everything is, right? Can we like create a clause that okay, if because Python is a different thing on its own, and that's where the main problem is. So we can decide that let's like just have this down that okay, if we are able to meet up, because there's a time frame. If we're able to meet up, then maybe we can then discuss on Slack about that data engineering part. But let's first focus on the data science menene. I don't know if I'm just saying no, like it's not like I'm speaking for everybody.
Yeah, no. Okay. But now that's so this is it. I know there's a way they create pool in Google. So now I've heard a few opinions, and I'm trying to create a pool so that everybody can. Okay, I'm sending out a poll now, and I want your poll is what's the word? Take the class more. Okay. Yes. Not sure. Okay. I don't need your names. Okay. Yeah, no. There's a poll in your comment section. I need your vote. Let's come to a decision. You have that in the next 1 minute. Please go to the chat box and vote too. I'm not seeing any votes. Majority is going to carry the vote though. Please, please, I'm waiting for your vote. Go to the chat box and cast a vote. Okay. Yeah, about how many of us on this class? And I'm just seeing 5 people. Go to the call message. Oh. All right. Okay. Abibat, your hand is raised. Hi, Abibat. I can.
Okay, yes. I'm so sorry to drag you back or something. I want to.
I'm here to serve you. Don't be sorry.
All right. I want to ask that will there be a like will this recording be uploaded?
This particular class, no. Last week was uploaded, but this particular class, no. I came to a conclusion with Adeyemi that this class should not be uploaded. This particular one, no. But last week, yes. It's already uploaded. Last week is already uploaded.
Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah, I've covered up to this moment. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And the reason is also because of the truth is that I love the people that are consistent. The people I told that they gave me the same thing. Those that are consistent are consistent. Like I have a few number of them, but those few number they've been consistent. So my consistent people are consistent. So you see that I know a lot of names. So I didn't realize if I see a new name, I know this person has not become to my class because I'm very familiar with the names of those that attended. Like at least these are 4th or 5th class together. There was the onboarding section, and this is the 4th time we are together. So I'm very, very familiar with all your names. So I don't know. I don't think I want to make it available. I can, but I don't think I want to do that. Well, let's see. I might change my mind. I don't know. That's not a promise. But don't worry, all your create, select from because I started seeing the videos, they're all available. Okay. I'm trying to think of something to do. And I'm trying to see if Saturday will work for me. And see if I can do like a 45 minutes class on Saturday for you guys. But my Saturday is, at least my Saturday afternoon is busy. So I don't know what my Saturday evening would look like. Tomorrow is out of it. I have a class tomorrow to attend. So I can't do tomorrow at all. And I don't like, your devices are turning off anytime, so voila. I'm sorry, Abby, but I can't help on that. Though. What can I do? I don't think I can help on that. Okay. I don't know. I'm at crossroad here. I don't know. Let's see. Let me check my time to make a decision and I'll get back to you guys. If there's going to be a class, somebody should reach out to me and let me to remind me that I was going to consider a class and schedule something for you. It might not be Saturday, but it's definitely going to be before. No, let me know it's definitely is me promising that there's going to be a class. But I'm saying that there's a possibility. Yes, okay. Dennis, yes, you reached out the last time. Well done. Thank you. I saw your message. Yes, so it is possible that it will not hold. Though. Have that at the back of your mind. And it's possible that it will hold. But pray for me that I'm not swamped up with work, then we can create something. Okay, let's do a little bit of something this night. I have 40 minutes to go with you guys. Okay. I want somebody's. I don't want to start typing. I want somebody's assignment. Whose assignment should I? I think I want to pick. I'm tempted to pick either Divine or Google Chukwu Agu's assignments. Just, I think I like that. I think I'm going to pick Divine's one. It was simple. Yeah, it was simple. Very simple. Let me try and download this file. So I would run it. So this is what I would do. Divine, I beg for your pardon. Where are you? In fact, let's beg Divine because I want to share Divine's assignment to everybody so that you can just run the code and just walk along instead of having to type from the beginning, because having to type is going to take us time. So Divine, this is your work. This is your brain knowledge. So this is me asking for permission to share your work. Is that fine? Okay, I want to assume that your thumbs up is the consent. All right. So okay, Divine, do us a favor. Share your SQL file on Slack. Everybody go to Slack and download Divine's SQL file. It's like ASAP. So what you're going to do is create a folder, Dive Africa, or whatever you want to create it. Create a folder, save that file inside that folder so that when you want to go in from PostgreSQL, it is very easy for you to navigate. Do that now and catch up with me. Oh, Divine is on transit. Okay, I think I'm tasked with sharing its file. What am I looking for? Okay. Divine. Let me open Divine's assignment. Then I share it on Slack. Am I allowed to download? Oh. Okay, you can download it. Okay, please go to Slack. It's shared already. Can everybody hear me? Oh, I've been disconnected. Please, I need a vocal response. Can someone hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you, ma'am.
We can hear you.
Okay, so please, I already sent Divine's assignment to you on Slack. So we can use that as a template so that we'll just do a very rush work on this and create a database. What is that looking for? It's want to assume that people who are trying to open, so this is what we are going to do. So let me share my screen so you know how to open a file from. I'm so sorry with my background noise. So I'm currently in the office, so get to hear a lot of movement. So yeah, I'm going to share with you how you can open a file from. So yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so step by step for Mr. Agu that doesn't understand what each buttons mean and the whole thing that looks like 20 mathematics. So yeah, now you want to open a file. No, all right. So let's close this and save. So I already even created save this. Save. Save. Okay, so now this is me creating a new okay, so yeah, here you come to open file. Did you see what I clicked on? Please tell me that. So when I ask question, please I need a verbal response.
Okay, sorry, ma. It's kind of
Okay.
like it's kind of slow somehow.
Yes, it's slow because I'm not moving fast. But yeah,
Okay.
it's not you. Now you should see Dive Africa. Can you see Dive Africa? Like I've navigated to where my file is.
Yeah. I'm saying
Did you
that.
know? Did you see how I got there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so this is it. This open file, Control O. Can you see this here?
Yes.
Yes. So click on it. So that is used to open file. Like I'm using the process to explain. Open file, and you can open it in a new tab or things like that. So you can open it there. You can click on open in a new tab. Open file. So you just navigate to that. I said, be sure of where you saved that particular file you want to access. Navigate to it and open. So yeah, I'm trying to open this SQL query. So now I'll show you soon. Now I'm not having to type everything again. I have a create database. I have create table rank. I have. So I'm using the opportunity to explain one after the other. So anytime there's an error message, we'll try to trash it at the same time. Well, so we're trying to do plenty things in one right now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your computer screen.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, here now. Okay, now it has create database golden learner. It has rank ID, grade, and name. So it could be anything here, and is rank ID is a primary key. I explained to you that a primary key is like it's a unique identifier for a table. So it's easy for you to, it's like saying the house address of something. Most times primary keys are most times numerical or integers. You can make anything a primary key. But yeah, most times you always see them in IDs. It's most times IDs that are always made primary keys. So here now the rank ID is like an identifier for rank, each row of rank in the rank table. Then he has create table attendance. Attendance here, you remember that our case study is to create a school database management for a school called Golden Learner College or Golden Learner School. I can't remember the exact, but yeah, Golden Learner. and we're supposed to, they're trying to digitalize how the record, student scores, student grades, teachers record, just the entire record of the school in general. That was the case study I had sent to the class. So we started a framework on it before, and I said complete the framework and create a database. So yeah, you see that the first line of code he has is create database, because that's the basics. You want to create a database, and that's the instruction. Then he now says rank. Rank is coming first because rank is established. It's like let me call it established rules. You know, when you have a company, every company has their rules. So irrespective of who is the boss of that company, maybe the CEO at the moment, they already established rules that are vetted by, let's say, what's the word? Stakeholders, that this is the way we want this to run. So regardless of the student or the teacher that is in this school, this is the way the school wants to do its ranking. So there's rank ID and there is grade. But there's something I want to modify with this grade. And I think I saw it in, I'm using assignments to do these things for you. I saw it in somebody's assignment. I think I saw it in Agu's assignment. 1 second. I'm going to copy what I saw that I liked. So you'll be seeing at anybody's assignment that I remember that I like the line of code there. We'll pick it, we'll add it to it, we'll put it together. So it's like a combined work for everybody. So yeah. I think it was I saw it here. Yes. It defined that grade is not going to be a varchar. Our grade is going to be integer. So it's going to be called scores. So I'm taking this out. Please be making the changes as I'm making changes on. So this is going to be what it is. Where's your chat box? Okay. So you don't have to go through the stress of typing. Please, the moment you stop hearing me, please call my attention, because I'm currently not on the Google Meet screen. I'm currently on my PG admin screen, so I might not know when I have gone off. So okay. Yeah, so yes, scores here is an integer, and we're checking to be sure that score is between 0 and 100. That is what it is. And the name of that grade is a varchar. Yes. So I don't know where there's a way we are going to grade it. Well, I think it's going to be stressful because now you have to start checking when it is this, call it that, when it's that, call it this. But no, don't worry. I think we have to do that manually so that we don't complicate things for ourselves. But yeah, we can call it anything we want to call it as we move on. Then we have attendance table. Then it has the attendance ID, which is a serial, and it's a primary key. Another thing I want to validate that your score in the table ranking should just be null. Yes, the name is null, and the name. Is somebody saying something? Please, if you're not saying something, mute your mic. I can hear you, so that you don't distract me. Thank you. Okay, so somebody is unmuted. Can you mute your mic? Who is unmuted? Okay, I think we've done that. No, somebody is unmuted.
I think it's Reagan.
Please, Reagan, can you unmute your mic? I'm sorry, can you mute your mic? It's a little bit distracting. Okay, so let's do attendance table. So attendance table, there's attendance ID. So you know that all these ID, attendance ID, person's ID is column names that you want to establish in the table. Don't forget that I said a table is made up of rows and columns. And someone gave an example in the class that a row is when you're saying horizontal and vertical. When you say rows, you can you identify rows like the one that goes on a straight line, as if somebody is lying down and it's going like straight. When you're lying down, that's line, that's a row. When you're standing up straight, like you're in a column. I don't know if that makes any sense. I've made that example. So this is what it is. You're creating a table that has rows and columns. So all these names that are under create table are your column names. So you're supposed to have column names. Then when we want to insert, we insert values into those columns. So yeah, we have attendance ID. And the attendance ID, instead of calling this person, I would want to call it student ID. For now, this is the adjustment I want to make to this code. This code doesn't have a student. Does it have a student table? Yes, it does. But now the issue now is that student table is down and we want to reference it. So we won't be able to use student table here. So we're moving student table up. So what I'm just going to do is copy. I'm not typing anything else. Copy and bring student table immediately after. Student table will come immediately after after subject. So copy student table from whatever location it is on your screen, delete it from that location so you don't have a duplicate, and move it to come immediately after subject table. Can you see? So now the way we have it arranged is create database, create table rank, create attendance. The next thing is going to be create table subject. Then we have create table student. That's the order. Now let me take it again. The table order, table 1, rank, create rank, table 2, create attendance, table 3, create subject, table 4, create students. That's the way we are ranking it. So yeah, moving on. Subject name is unique. Okay, yeah. So yes, I was in attendance before. Okay, so now what I'm doing is that I'm moving attendance down to be after student. So you move attendance from where it is and bring it to be after student, because from attendance we are going to reference students. In fact, move it below teacher, because here he is trying to create attendance for teachers also. So move it below teachers, not below students. Now let me rearrange it for you now. This is the way we have it currently. I need to have a bigger screen to project. Do I want to project on a bigger screen? Let me see. What else won't happen? Just hold on. Let me try out. Okay. Okay, now I'm able to like display more. Okay. Okay. So is there anything on my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so yeah, we're in so we'll be moving the queries as we are trying to make modifications. So if I'm rearranging it, don't be surprised. You know, I didn't write this, I'm just trying to structure it to what I think is okay. So yeah, we've done rank, we've done subject ID, and subject name. Yes, that's what I want. I don't want anything else. And now we have student ID, which is the serial primary key. We have age, it's an integer and it cannot be null. So add constraints to it. So please write your very, very wrong. Add constraints to it. It cannot be null. So we have attendance ID. Attendance ID for students is not. Now I'm going to want to trash one. So it's either attendance ID is not existing in the student table, or because I don't want to start altering. No, I don't need attendance ID in the student table because it's supposed to just give me the student information like your age, your name, your gender, what class you attend, and so on and so forth. If I want to create student attendance, you can create something else. So in students, trash attendance ID. I don't want it there. So I have student ID, which is serial primary key. I have age, which is an integer. Please tell me you understand data types. Serial, already explained serial is that it's an addition of 1. It is moving in ascending order. After 1 is 2, after 2 is 3, after 3 is 4. It's a serial. It keeps adding by 1, and it is integer. You cannot have 1.1, 1.2, or 1.3. In cases where you have 1 point, the ending value is increasing. If you have serial number 1.11, next thing you have is serial number 1.12. I don't know if that makes any sense. So there's like an increase of 1 as you go down the rows, or sorry, as you go down the column. Yeah, so that's what serial means. So it just automatically adds up by 1. So you're not having to impute the ID as students. First student is ID 1, ID 2. It just automatically does its own increment by itself. So yeah, that is what serial means. For those that were not in class when we are addressing that. So age is an integer. An integer takes between 0 to 9. Like your numbers are 0 to 9. It is not a float. It's just like 10, 12, not 10.5, not something like that. So it's 10, 12, and so on and so forth. So it's an integer. Then a student name is a varying character. You can take anything, but we defined it to be 40, meaning that your student's name cannot be more than 40. So for people that have very long names, if you're inputting your name in this database, they have to shorten it to take 40 characters. Your 40 characters, including your white spaces. Your class is a virtual. Your class can be anything. So yeah, you're leaving class. But now, the reason why we cannot leave class now is that class is a table created below. So regardless of the students in the school, the class is created. So we're going to move class from where class is. Look for class on your table and move it immediately after subject. So now the reason I'm doing that is that in a school, this is my thought process. I'm trying to run you through how I'm thinking about the logic. In a school, regardless of what students is in the school, the classes that can be that school can. There are some schools that have only primary education and they don't have secondary education. There are some schools that have secondary education. And there are some schools that have primary 2. For those of us that are Nigerians, there are some that have primary 1 to JSS3. They don't have SS classes. So yeah, so regardless of if you like be a commissioner's daughter that are coming to that school, you will end in JS3. They don't have SS class. You transfer to another school. So whoever is in the school is not the determinant of the class. It's the class that is determinant of who can stay. So yeah, that is why that's my thought process of putting class before student. And also subject. The subject the school can offer is dependent on the school. It's dependent on the approval that they have. If you like be a president's daughter, if a school does not offer, like exactly when I was in uni, there were courses that were not offered. So if you like be coming from London and come and apply to that school, if that course is not being offered in the school, it will not go through. So yeah, so that's why those particular tables are coming first because they are there and they're not affected by students. So students is the fact is the student that is coming that will be affected by what subjects that they offer. If you're coming to study aeronautical engineering and you're coming to the University of Lagos and University of Lagos does not offer aeronautical engineering, should be you look for your course elsewhere. Exactly. So that's my thought pattern in arranging the tables. So we have ranking, we have subject, we have class, we have student. So class teacher will be taking reference from teacher's ID. So okay. So So attendance ID here too in teacher's table. Trash it. Move class teacher. Move teacher. Because now we need to reference teacher for class. Move teacher immediately above class. Please, are you following me? I need a verbal response. Are you following
Hello,
me?
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. Please, I don't know if you can upload that thing on the on the Google Class.
I already sent it to you now.
It's on Slack now, like, so it'll be easier to like access it on PC.
It's easier on Slack now. Why is your Slack not to you? It's easier for you to access it on Slack. Wait. Oh, some of you don't have your Slack on your PC. Apologies. Sorry, I thought everybody was like, how am I supposed to do that? Oh, no, 1 second.
Like, if you can upload it on the Google Class, we'll just open our mail on PC, download it, and just quickly put it on PG admin.
Okay, I'm trying to see what to do about that. 1 second, please. I told you that I'm just navigating this. 1 second. I'm trying to see if I can upload it for you. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Share. Okay. You know what I'm sharing. Okay. So I'm going to be sending you a link. I'm trying to look for how to access this assignment directly here. But I think that's proving difficult. 1 second though. I think it's still. God, I beg you. Why you collect this laptop? Okay, I don't hear you. And it looks a little shout over here like this. Okay. Divine, are you home? I think Divine is the person that can help us out to this. If Divine is home, if you just share us a link to his assignment, not to his assignment, just share us a link. If he has it on his drive, just share the drive and make it available to anyone that has the link. Divine, are you home now? Because I know you said it's in transit. Divine, no. Oh, he's not. Wahala. Okay. 1 second. Now I have to try and upload it now. Wait, can I not just share it on? Wait, let me try. We learn meetings every day. Let me see if it's possible. Oh, they can't share. You can't share files on Google Meet. No, that's something.
Okay, maybe we should just continue now. Maybe we should just continue.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. So, but I'm trying to like share it to my drive so that you can have access to it. So yeah, run through it. I think I've done class teacher, student. Oh, okay. Class teacher, student, and okay. Why am I having teacher twice? Oh, okay. I didn't delete the last one. Okay. Okay. So you know that even if I'm sharing, I don't know what's to share, but even if I'm sharing, you're not having access to this one that I'm modifying. I'm sharing the old one before the old modification happens.
Yes,
So
of course. Yes.
how are you going to modify it again?
Let's just continue. We're following. Let's just continue.
That you are following. Why am I not convinced?
That's why I wanted, like, if we can get that so that we can be doing it hand in hand.
I'm supposed to be doing it, and I already shared it to Slack. Oh, you said you don't have Slack on your system. Okay. There's no point going further if you are not here, because for you to raise that concern, it's a possibility that that's a general problem. I don't want to go back again. So I'm going to upload it and share with you. So I don't know, it's uploading as a Word document on me. Wow. Okay. Okay. It's not so good. 1 second. Yeah. Let me manage this. Mm, okay. Okay. So I'm sharing the link from my drive to your class, to the Google, to the in chat box. I think from there we are good. Okay. So how was I? I think I was in teacher. Then teacher class. So the class is supposed to have class teacher. Yes, as teacher ID. Yeah. So that's why teacher is coming before class. So we're able to reference it. Then student is supposed to have, I think students are supposed to have class teacher. Okay. If student has class ID, I don't need this class again because I already have class ID that references class already. And gender of the student, phone number, email address, rank ID. No, I don't need rank here because rank is not just for one subject. So rank is going to be off in student ID. So I'm currently on the student table and I'm already taking out some things. So currently I have student ID, age, student name, class ID, the gender, the phone number, email address, and number of courses offered. Do I need that? No, maybe. Okay. So make that not null. Gender should not be null, not null. But there's something I want to add to this gender. And I saw it in one of your assignments, and I liked the way the person wrote it. So students. Okay. So we're going to check this gender. We're going to check it to be sure that it is male or female. Now, male or female that is being registered. I'm pasting that line of code to your chat box now. Where are we? Okay. Okay. Then phone number integer, email address. Yes, okay. Email address, virtual 40 characters, number of course studied, course offered, integers. Okay. Then attendance, yeah. Attendance ID is serial. Then student ID. Okay. So now let's do create table. If you want to actually include attendance, this is the way I would love to do it. Create table student attendance. But this is going to be.
Sorry, ma, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you say you send the link to the classroom.
No, I sent it to you here on Google Meet. On this Meet here, I sent a link now.
Okay.
On my drive. I uploaded it on my drive and I sent a link. I mean, it's available to all. Okay. I think so. For this, I'm not going to use attendance, but it's just supposed to be like a check work. So I'm trashing attendance because for this moment, I just need something simple. I don't need to like create a complex database. So I took out attendance totally. I won't be using attendance at all. So yeah, I just have student ID, age, student name for the student table, class ID is referencing class, gender, phone number, email address, number of course. Okay, now we have scoreboard. Now that's my focus. So scoreboard. I think I had something like scoreboard already here. Okay, rank. Okay. So scoreboard, I have score ID, student ID, subject ID. Brilliant. Teacher's ID. Okay. Score. Yes, it's an integer, it's not a null, but I want it to be between a 0 and 100. So scores will be replaced by that score line of code that is in your chat box. This one, I don't know if I can reference it. There's this okay. If I can't reference, I can pin. Okay, I pinned the message now. That is what you use for pause. So that, I think for now, that's all I want to. I want this table to have something very simple, nothing complex. So, any question before I run it? Any error we encounter while running it, we'll trash it together. Any question? Is anyone lost? I assume
Okay,
not.
can you hear me?
Yes, Dennis, I can hear you.
Okay. The last part of that database, this thing, can you scroll up? So that last part.
That's your question.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, yeah. Okay. That place now, it says, okay, reference student, subject, teacher. But I thought you removed the okay, it's okay.
Are we good?
Well, what you just help us and just assist us.
Are we okay? Can I move on? Can I move on?
Yes.
It's only Dennis that's answering this class. Mr. Agu, where are you?
I'm here, ma. Just trying to
Are you
replicate what
okay?
you're doing.
Like, is this? But are you following along or I'm moving too
Yes.
fast?
No, you're not moving fast. I'm following along.
Okay. So now let's try and run. Like I said, you can execute
Please.
query. Please mute yourself. Mute your mic. Damilare, are you trying to say something?
Yes, I'm trying to say something.
Hi, Damilare.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I think I missed out on a lot. Although I'm trying to keep up.
Hey, please.
Yeah, I have one question, please. I'm trying to keep up. So this references tag, what does it do, please?
What references does this? It tells us, like I said, I was trying to explain. I explained primary key and foreign key to you. Like here now, class ID is a primary key in the table class. Can you see what I highlighted?
Yes.
Under class, yes. So it's a primary key here. But I want to have a relationship with class. And instead of having to write all the information in class again in another table, I can just pick the ID and it references everything on that row for me. So, and that is what they have here. So let's say this, look at it now, student belongs to a particular class. So instead of having to write, okay, let's say, some very tush schools, they'll say it's class. I'm trying to do for those Olimbo names. I'm not that tush. But you see, you have class emperor, class this, like, so instead of you to start writing all the details of class emperor, class that, you just pick up the ID. So class emperor's ID is 1, class what's the word? Class Jade ID is 2, class Golden ID is 4. So you just pick that ID and any other thing that belongs to that class, any other information that belongs to that class, you don't have to replicate it again in the student table. So, but when you pick that ID, whatever information you want to get about that class, you now go and use that ID to look for the information on the class table. Having to use that, so now the class ID becomes a foreign key in the student table, but it's a primary key in the class table. And having to do that, it helps you to prevent redundancy. Because imagine I have written class table. I've created what I want to create, and I uplift the same data and create it again in student table. If I need it in teacher's table, create it again. So you see that I'm replicating the same thing in like 3-4 places. I'm taking up space and I'm causing redundancy. So that's why I just pick an ID and use it as a reference point. Reference, like we are saying, I don't know how to explain reference again. I started using the word reference. But yeah, reference is saying that it is not here. It does not belong primarily here, but it is used as a point of contact with that table. That is what that reference is doing. So it's referencing is showing you what table it is coming from. So when you notice, if you notice now, I highlighted class teacher. Class teacher is an integer that is referencing teacher table, and what colon in teacher table is it referencing? Is referencing teacher's ID. So it's not just referencing the entire teacher's table, it's referencing just one colon, and that's the teacher's ID. So whatever you have on this class teacher colon and whatever you have in teacher's ID on the teacher's colon has to be identical because it is referenced. It's just like it's duplicating itself. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, so does it mean that, say, whatever is in the teacher ID, the details there will be useful in the table where it's being referenced?
Yes, it's going to be useful, but you're just using that ID to be able to call it instead of having to repeat all the information on that row again in another table. Just pick that ID.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Any other question?
To learn how to be patient.
Okay,
When I start working.
Okay, so I'm going to execute the query now.
That is when
I'm expecting this to throw an error, but let's see what error is going to throw so we can be able to figure it out.
Hello, ma. I can't see your screen. Hello, ma.
Okay. So yeah, you can see now that there's a syntax error on line 53. And why is there a syntax error? Because there is a comma before the close of the parentheses, and the comma says that something is continuing. So comma says that there is a continuation, but we're not continuing. We are showing SQL that we are closing up the query. That's why we had that query on line 53. So I already took it out. Show you soon. Now let's run it again. Start divine. Your hand is raised.
Okay, good evening, ma. I just wanted to inform you that I have gotten home after the traffic. Yeah, I just got home.
Welcome back.
Thank you, ma. So, concerning the installation, yeah, I'll try to sort it out tonight, tomorrow, probably.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate your extra efforts. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for making my life easier. we're going to run it again.
Sorry, ma. Are you running the entire query?
Yes.
Okay. I just noticed something. After you ran the create database, you did not change the database to I don't know if it's from my end. You did not change the database to like Golden Learner. So every table created is going to the Dive Africa. I don't know if it's from my end.
So Africa is the server. Golden Learner is not a server on its own. It's a database inside Dive Africa. I don't want to start creating another server. That's another one.
Okay. All right.
Notice something. Create database cannot run inside the transaction block. Okay, so now you can see I have a transaction. Create database cannot run inside the transaction block. So because this error is happening because I'm trying to run create database and create table at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I highlight up onto the first table I'm creating. I copy, then I delete it. Then I run only this line. Create database. Okay, so have you seen that database create successfully? Do you see can you see the response? Now I clear that. Then I return what I had copied before. Then I now run it again. So now it's telling me that I can't do create database and create tables in one script. So I have to create the database first before I start creating the tables. Now it's telling me table created in what is it called? So this is telling me that all these tables have been created. And let's look for it if we have Golden. So I'm going to search here amongst my database if we can see Golden Learner. But if you can't see Golden Learner, what we're going to do is right click on database. You see this? Right click on it and refresh. Then voila. This is Golden Learner. Golden Learner. So on Golden Learner, you have different. It has cars, catalog, event triggers, extension, and schema. So for you to see where your tables are, drop down schema, then drop down public. Drop down public. When you drop down public, you now go to tables. Let me do that again. Mr. Ago, pay attention.
Yes,
Golden Learner is the database. I have these are other databases, but now focus is on Golden Learner because we have created all these. All these tables have been created. So now come to Golden Learner, drop down, go to schema, drop down. Under schema.
I'm sorry, I can't see what you're doing though. I don't know.
What did you say?
I can't see what you're doing. It's just focused on when you took out the almost everything apart from the create database.
No, I think that's on you. That's from your side. It's not me. I think that's your network problem from your end. Because I have my screen here. And yeah, it's from your end. It's not from my end. My phone screen shows otherwise. And I think that's the same thing for everyone. So kindly check and maybe refresh your network or something. So yeah, after dropping down schema, drop down public, then search for tables and drop down. Now, we are not finding anything here because it looks like our tables I've not been created. Yeah. So for some
Yes, ma'am.
reason,
That was what I was saying. Ma, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, if you notice, our table are being created under Dive Africa because we did not change the connection to reference the Golden Learner database. That's what I was saying. Because if it was like my SQL now, we could use something like use Golden Learner, right? And then
I don't
automatically
have
set.
to. I don't have to because it's supposed to still be under Dive Africa. The role I still want it to be under Dive Africa, but I think it's because it's opening under Golden Max. Okay, yeah, let's run this again.
Now, what I mean is that all our tables are not going to be like in the Golden Learner. It's going to be in Dive Africa. Because our database that we created was Golden Learner, but we did not change the connection to the Golden Learner.
Okay. Oh, true. That's true. That's an oversight. Apologies. So yeah. So we're lighting everything there. I've seen a thumbs down from Ngozi. What's the problem? Oh, she left the meeting already. Okay, we're lighting this. Then we'll close this particular. Where's my cursor? Okay. Please make sure you have your query copied before you close your query tool. I light close. I'm closing this. No, don't worry, don't stay. There's no point. Then you come to Dive Africa. Come to Golden Learner and create a query tool. Okay. So now in Golden Learner, thank you for the observation, Jimmy. Okay. So yeah, our table should create. Sorry, I was going to highlight table. Tables are not still creating for some very rare reasons. So I'm going to refresh. Okay. All right. So anytime you create a one is not showing, kindly go and refresh. Click on right-click your database. You see something like create. So for those people that created manually, when you right-click a database, you can create schema, cast, create another. So for me, I can create another database. So this is like a manual method of creation. Instead of having to create database, like you see this create database now, you can use it to create another database. And yeah, so on. So yeah, and these are all the tables that we have created now. If you try and query it, you will notice that it's empty. You see, it's empty. There's nothing in this because we've not imputed something else. All right. This brings us to the end of this class. I think I've been able to teach you how to create a database. I'm going to have another 30 minutes class with you. And that's going to be on Saturday evening, 9 p.m. or 8 or 9 p.m. What says you? Does that work? I might change the date though. But if I'm doing Saturday, I would do between the hours of, let's say 7, something between 7 till, it could be 7, 8 or 9 p.m. I'm starting. I don't know how my Saturday night is going to look like at the moment. That's why I'm not definite on the time. Somebody should send a message to me to reach out to Mr. Adegemi so that I can properly communicate what the class is going to look like. On this note, I am not talking about creating a database again. I think Ma, can you please reshare the one with the updated code? Okay. Have I cleared it? I hope not to. Okay. So this is the updated code, except create database. Create database is not here. So here. I'm coming. Okay. That's the updated code outside, but there's no create database. So if you're planning to create, you have to write create database on your own. Is that fine? Okay, so the class is not going to be a long class. Like, just for us to insert into the table. In fact, no, I'm not coming to do that class. I'm going to do just one insert, and go and insert for me by yourself. Yes, so that we don't hold each other back. Insert is very cheap, actually. Inserting into a table is very, very easy. So let me just give you an example. So you're going to insert into a table. Actually, I'm still going to have to hold the class because we should have started select from where inner dreams. We should have started this week, and here we are again today. So I think we're going to hold like a 30 minutes class. I don't know. I'm not sure it's going to be Saturday, but like I'll just try to make something happen before your next class. Somebody should. If it's not Saturday, then it's Tuesday. I'm free on Tuesdays. No, I'm not free, but like I'm not. I work from home on Tuesday, so I think I can make something work. So let's see. So it's going to be either Tuesdays or Saturday, either Tuesday or Saturday. This is a one-time thing. It's going to be either Tuesday or Saturday. Please, somebody should reach out to me and remind me. Yeah, I think that brings us to the end of today's class. I don't plan on staying here till 9 p.m. today. Any question? I want to entertain question for the next 5 minutes before I move on. Because I'm not coming to create database again. So ask your questions. Confusion, everything. The next time I do my inserting. And when we are done inserting, we are beginning to query. So before we draw the curtain on creating of database, can you ask your questions? Question. Mr. Dennis.
Okay, yeah, please, sorry for the noise in the background. Can you hear me?
It's okay. Yes, I can.
Okay, so from what you did now, when we put this code now, we'll generate an error. So we have to copy everything except that create database and run it first.
Yes,
right?
you have to. So you have to no. If it gives you that transaction error, highlight everything except create database and clear it away. Then run create database line alone.
Okay.
Then paste back your query and
Inside
take away
the database.
So now, before you to do that, because me, I don't know if you're going to encounter the same problem, but me, I have a lot of database here. But in case where you have, because I think people have created one already, so when you do create, you come to database. Maybe you've created database before you create your tables. When you run your create database, click on this database. Are you seeing this database here? Where I am now?
Yes.
You see where my cursor is? Right click on it. It will give you this drop down.
Okay.
Then click on refresh.
Okay.
Then that database that you created will appear. So you're expected to see Golden Learner. When you do that, open Golden Learner, like do a drop down on Golden Learner, select Golden Learner, then now click on query tool. So do you know why that is very important? It is important to do that because whatever query you now make will be on Golden Learner. If I come here and click on example and I click on a query tool, see the difference. You see now this first one here now, you see that it's Golden Learner that is beginning the name here on my tab. But the second one, when I click on example, it is the example that is starting the name. It's showing me that whatever query I want to do is going to this one to go and look for. Yes, it's going to go and look for the query for me in example. Not so if I'm looking for the tables in Golden Learner in example, I will have an error.
Okay.
Do you understand? So that's the importance of when you refresh, make sure that you are highlighting your you've highlighted that you've clicked on this golden letter, then you can click on your query tool. Then that way, see, you see this naming, what's that English? You see the way this naming is going, it helps you to see where you are. You see that it's golden learner that is starting. Look at another example. If I decide to click on Dive Tech and I click on query tool, can you see that? See these three now, different names, because I clicked on different databases when I was trying to open it. So make sure you click on the database you've created before you click on your query tool. Then paste the remaining create table queries and run it inside, so that your table will be created inside that particular database.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Please, ma, how are we going to get this recording? I don't know. Any other question? Any other question? Mr. Agu, you are quiet, or usually quiet. What's going on? Is he on this call? Mr. Agu.
Sorry, I am. It's starting to rain at my place of work, and I'm trying to get a vehicle to take me back home.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that, because I noticed that you were usually quiet, and that's all like you. Okay, that's fine. All right, I hope you get home safe. I hope everyone get home safe. For those that are not home yet, like myself, like this. But yeah, I think that brings us to the end of the class. Who has any question? Question. Mr. Divine, I have people that I want you to help me. Like, please help me pay attention to these people that have issues with their installation. I already asked Ayomide Oluwafumile to reach out to you. So Ayomide, I know you're on this call, I can see you. So please reach out to him again. And please, let's try and trash it out before the next class will be holding. Is that going to be possible, Mr. Divine? Okay, I'm already seeing your reaction. Thank you very much for your help. In case Divine is like having a lot of people to work with, please, I'm still the three men that I called. You people are still my helping hands, Mr. Divine, Mr. Dennis, and Mr. Agu. So I think I want to trust anyone that has issues. I want to trust them to you, to Mr. Dennis. I can see your hands. Wait.
Okay, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so now I plan to like practice this at the end of this call. So what if like I want to do everything from scratch now? Can you delete databases from this PostgreSQL?
Why do you want to delete?
Like I actually was able to follow that point, so I created this new database, Golden Learner, with small letters, right? So like I just need to, do I need to delete it, or I'll just open it, then type every other thing inside?
You can rename it. If you don't want to do, you can do Golden Learner. You know that this is different from this, so you don't have to leave the one you made mistake on. You know that these two are different from each other.
Yes.
Exactly. So you can just do something to rename it. So that first one, don't delete it, so that it helps you to see the errors you made on your own.
Okay.
Like your days of little beginnings, you have to understand, oh, I made this mistake when I was doing it on my own. Oh, in the correction, this is what I have. This is what I will do better. This is what I should not do again. For me, that's where I see it. You can decide to delete it if that works for you.
I think this is better, so I can go and check back and say, okay, what made this different from the new one?
Exactly. What made it not to work, and what made it that it didn't work on my end and is working now, and so on and so forth.
All right, thank you.
Damilare, there's a show of hand. Hi, Damilare. Please, that's the last person I'm attending to.
Okay, so I want to ask, if a table is created under a database, will the table show up under the database section or under the table section?
It's under the table section. It's a table, it's not a database. Now, look at if I close this up now, you can't see all the tables in any of the database. You can only see the databases. But if I open one database, I do a drop down, and you get to see the tables under it. Do you understand?
Oh, okay. I think I get it now.
Makes sense. Look at now. Let me close it back. I'm trying to say, okay, I think I did Minimat. Then let's go drop down Minimat. You notice that the tables in Minimat is not the same as the table. Can you see? It's not the same as table in this thing. So now notice something. Because I did not change the connection like Divine said, look at the tables I created. You see that they've added to the tables I have in Minimat because I ran that query inside Minimat. You see? So you see now that I'm having class orders. You see that I'm supposed to have other customer products, and I'm having class rank, scoreboard, dates, teacher, so many things I don't need. And I can decide to delete it if I want. I can drop a table. So I drop because it already depends on it. Okay, yeah. So we have to drop what depends on it before we can drop the primary. But if you want to drop, you can go to read all the instructions and you drop it. That's all. Any other questions before we call it a day? Okay, I think that's all. I'm assuming, like I'm conclusively assuming that everybody is fine. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see us all. Please, somebody should send me a reminder that I'm supposed to schedule. Send a reminder to me tomorrow or Saturday morning that I'm supposed to schedule a class for you. So I know if my Saturday is free, I can plan you in my Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Good evening.
Bye.
Okay.